let's talk about how to decide which brand deal to do as a dog influencer. Now, I am a longtime professional influencer. I am a multi-time best-selling fiction author. I'm also a social media marketing educator and speaker. So I've worked with companies that are huge, big name, global companies you absolutely know, from TV networks to big tech companies, all the way to the social apps. They pay me to create content for them, and I'm one of their top creators. And so I, in those businesses, am very, very specific on what brand deals I will take. My dog influencer life is a little bit different because it's a newer platform. So over as an author and a social media educator, I will not take freebies, things in exchange for content. Absolutely not. We will not do that. I get paid good money, and I get paid for a lot of different things: for the content creation, for access to my audience, for the ability to use it for ads, for the ability to push my content out to more people. I get paid for a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different options that I offer to these companies that they can choose to or not to take advantage of with the content they're having me create when I put those out to my audience, or content that they're then using of me, of my persona and my likeness on their pages. So there's a lot that I get paid for over there, and I'm very specific. And I get to be very choosy about the content that I create. I only work with businesses I know I back and I represent, that I know are going to be valuable to my audience, that I know they're going to do well with my audience with. I'm very, very specific, and I turn down 90% of the people that come to me and ask for me to create content on their behalf. So I'm taking a very small percentage, and that is incredibly valuable. But over in the dog influencer life, it is a brand new platform. My puppies are still very, very young. They had not existed in this world for very long. So the platform itself has also not existed for very long, but we are getting brand deals right now. Now, we do take paid brand deals, and so we will do really great collaborations with different companies that I think my audience is going to resonate with, that is going to help them in their dog parent life. We're very specific about what we take. I'm very, again, even though it's new, I'm very, very picky. We're going to turn down 90% of what comes to us if it's not the right fit. But I also take very, very limited in exchange brand deals right now for a very short amount of time while we're still growing, while we're still new, because I am laying the groundwork for future work. So as a new content creator in the dog influencer space, I'm specifically looking to work with certain types of companies and certain types of products so that I have examples, so that I can show what I can do, what I have done, who I've worked with before, so I can leverage some of those bigger paid brand deals. So I'm very strategic about what I'm taking right now, and I will only do in exchange brand deals if it is a very high ticket item, or it's something that I like, that I think is really cool, but I probably would not buy for myself. So recently I did a brand deal with a dog life jacket company. And I think the idea of dog life jackets is really important and really good. But my dogs don't have a ton of access to water right now. I don't go boating with my dogs, and I've moved in the last couple of years. These puppies have never lived where I used to live. My previous dogs had access to a pond, to a lake, to a pool, to other pools. We swam a lot. So having dog life jackets for my previous dogs would make a lot of sense. Now, they didn't, because that really wasn't a thing back then, but it would have made a lot more sense for them to have it. I might have invested my money into those life jackets at that point. But with these new puppies, we don't really have access to a lot of places to swim. I have a pool, but it's a small pool because I'm not staying here very long. And so having a life jacket might not be an investment that I was going to make. Or maybe the flip side of that is that I should have invested because they don't get to swim a lot, and that could help them a little bit more. You can make that choice for yourself, but I, at this point in time, probably was not going to spend money on dog life jackets. So when they approached me, it sounded like a really good fit. It is a good, healthy thing for dogs to have life jackets. If they're swimming, if they're boating, if they're whatever, that's a good choice. I've been taking my dogs to the ocean more. It's probably a good choice to have them in life jackets as they start to go out into the ocean water. And so that was a natural fit for us. I had another company reach out about a dental powder that they wanted me to try. It's a company that I've worked with on another product where I purchased their product. I use it for my dogs. They didn't approach me about it. But because I had worked with that company in my own way, they approached me about a new product that they wanted me to try. That makes sense Would I buy it for myself? Maybe not. Maybe not, but I would try it and I would definitely represent it if I liked it. So I'm looking for things that make logical sense, that fit with my audience, not just things that I necessarily would like for myself or would just want to try for myself, because I can go buy those things. But if it makes sense and it's logical to connect it to my audience, to you, then it's something that I would consider. Now, the terms are going to be very, very specific and clear. I am only going to be creating content in a certain way, depending on the negotiation I have with them. For the most part, these things are for shoppable videos on Amazon, meaning I'm filming a video on that product and putting it on my Amazon storefront, which connects to that product. And if people go to the product page, look at the product and scroll down and watch my video, I then get an affiliate commission if they make that purchase after they watch my video. So it's an opportunity for me to make money even if they're not paying me to create that content. I'm very, very clear on where I'm going to be putting this content. So far, I have not accepted in exchange content for TikTok posts or Instagram posts or YouTube posts. I'm very, very specific on what I'm willing to do with it. And my guidelines, what I am allowing them to get from me, is made very clear before I sign on to anything. So as a dog influencer, you have to make some choices. You have to make the decision of, does it fit my audience, or is it something that I just want? Because if it doesn't fit your audience and it doesn't make sense for them, you're hurting your standing with your platform. You also have to take into consideration what and where and when you have to post this content. And this is for, again, paid and those in exchange type of collaborations. You want to make sure you're laying the groundwork for future paid collaborations and for future growth of your channels. So you need to take into consideration where you're posting, what you're posting, how you're posting, why you're posting, all of those things. I do not recommend that you take more than a very small handful of in exchange collaborations, and you should be doing those at the start. You're not going to get paid right off the bat. So you need to pick a couple of quality in exchange pieces of content that you're creating for those collaborations and do those to have examples to show what you can do and to make sure you have a precedent for how your business is going to work with this. And then you can build up to the paid versions of these things, but you do have to have some freebies at first. If you're new, you just have to. If you're already established in another field, that's a different story. So for me, if I weren't already highly established in those other fields as an influencer, I'd be constructing this a little bit differently for me. But because I've already proven myself, I've already done the work, I've got all the things, I've worked with the big names, I can now come in swinging and take more paid things right off of the bat. And I can be very, very choosy, very, very picky about those in-exchange collaborations that I'm doing. For you, if you're brand new, you're going to have to make some different decisions than I am making because it needs to set you up for success in the future. You have to make sure you have that end goal or the next several steps in mind before you're jumping into any brand deal with any company. So with that in mind, take into consideration the size of your audience, the way that you engage with them, the work level that goes into the content you're creating. Keep in mind, you're spending a lot of time to create commercial content for a company. And if you're not being paid for that, that's a problem because you could be taking that time and doing something in another job that gets you paid. So get the bag, honey. Get the bag. But be smart about this. Do a couple, like 3, 4, 5 off the bat where you're doing an exchange. I understand you have to have that content to show that you can do these things. After that, you need to start getting paid for this and you should not look back. Drop your questions down below. I've been doing this for a really long time. Like I said, I have worked with massive companies, everything from like Logitech and BeLive and Restream to TikTok to Lifetime TV to some really cool platforms over in my other space. And now I'm starting to get into the dog influencer space. The other thing that you can be doing is affiliate work. And affiliate work is different than these brand deals. If you want the breakdown on that, go ahead and let me know. We can do that in an upcoming video. I can talk about how you can create content to make affiliate commissions and how you can be doing it with brands instead of this ridiculous exchange nonsense to also get that affiliate commission and get paid and all the good things. So drop those questions down below. We'll see you in the upcoming videos. We have daily videos here helping you navigate the world of dog parenthood to level up for your pup and to help you if you want to get into pet influencing as well. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.